fans and plenty of work for the panel beaters here at Albert Park this weekend. The Falcons and the Commodores are ready to resume that famous battle. It takes a big voice to be heard over the roar of those engines, and nothing less than the turbocharged tonsils of Darrell Eastlake.
Get out of here, Eddie. Get out of here. Okay, push start there for the Daily Planet car. But boy, oh boy, the V8s have been spectacular around here. Albert Park, they always are, of course, as they go up on their parade lap now. Peter Brock has the Premier Jeff Kennett of Victoria in the lead car. The pace car coming around, the Hotwheels car, very distinctively painted. I'm sure you'll get a shot of that as they come around. And this field's been pretty good. Ooh, a bit sideways there for Larry by the look of it. All right, Craig Lowndes, he takes the pole for this race in the VT Commodore. Mark Scaife and the other VT Commodore 1 and 2, they have been virtually unbeatable all weekend. Russell Ingall in the other VT Commodore in the brand new silver colours of Castrol. Fantastic looking car. Johnny Bow in the Falcon EL now. This is the CAT Caterpillar car out of West Australia. He left Dick Johnson's team to do that. Stephen Ellery has been fantastic in the Falcon EL. 3 places he has scored over the weekend. Greg Murphy doing a great job in the VT Commodore, also for Freddie Gibson. Neil Crompton in the Falcon. It's an older EL. He'll be updated throughout the year. Larry Perkins in the VT Commodore. Wayne Gardner had a huge shunt here on Friday, and they did a fantastic job. In fact, Tander, sitting there in the Commodore VS, was the guy that took him out and was fined $1,500 and taken out of the results. Glenn Seaton in the Falcon AU showed glimpses of what this car could do, and Paul Romano there. It's a beautiful looking works car. Jason Bright also in a Falcon AU. They really look nice on the track, but yet to show just how fast they can go. Longhurst, Forbes, Noski, McDougall and Finnegan, Larkham, Wheel, Wakefield, Ashby, and so they go on. It's a very, very big field here, 40 cars, and AJ, you were saying 70 cars right around Australia. There'll be certain tracks they'll have to qualify for. This form of racing at the moment, red hot.
Certainly is, Daz. I think there's about 72, 73 V8s currently in existence in Australia, and there will be a lot of races this year where there'll be pre-qualifying. The tracks just simply cannot accommodate that amount of cars.
Johnson way back in his AU Falcon. Bargwana had a massive accident here on Friday. Can't believe they repaired that car. It was badly damaged. John Watson, you love the V8s.
Yeah, they're great. But the thing I'm disappointed, I can't see Paul Radisich there, and Steve Richards, who's also spent a year in the UK being the test driver for Nissan, away down the field as well.
Russell Ingall, isn't that a beautifully prepared car? Looks lovely in its new colour scheme.
It does. Silver grey and white. It looks really nice, I must admit.
The 2 Holden Racing Holdens up front. Now here's Johnny Bow's car, the very distinctive black and yellow car. It's an EL Falcon. He will be updated to an AU Falcon as the season progresses. Big move to leave Dick Johnson after, I think, 11 years, and went out on his own to Western Australia, and they've put together this car, and he's gone very well.
Well, they've done a great job. As I said yesterday, the whole outfit looks fabulous. The transporter, the uniforms, very, very professional, and obviously they're going to be a team to watch during the course of the year.
Johnny, this is a real sprinter. 6 for these around here, just 32 kilometres.
Well, we've seen excitement in the first corner on the first lap, and this one is going to be guaranteed to be the same.
Now there's Glenn Seaton's Ford AU. Now that really did show a lot of speed in the first race. Unfortunately, got shuffled off the track, and we didn't really see the potential of the car. Looks magnificent. First Ford Works team since the days of like Alan Moffat.
Yeah, that's correct, Daz, and not before time. Barguana's going to be the one to look for here. He'll, knowing Jason's aggressive attitude, he'll have the eyes right on being down the back of the grid, and he'll be making a charge through.
Mark Scaife has won twice this weekend, and Craig Lowndes has had the win yesterday afternoon, so they'll be trying to match it up. They've been so superior. Tom Walkinshaw, of course, from the Arrows team, owner of that team, has a big input into this racing outfit called Holden.
Well, he certainly does. I know they share a lot of technical, whenever they want to have stuff on shock absorbers or anything like that, they've always got the facility of the Arrows Formula 1 team at their disposal.
John, that car of Barguana's, the Valvoline car, can't believe it's back on the circuit. It was a wreck. And also Wayne Gardner's team, they've done a magnificent job to get that car up and running. Building up now, we'll come to John in a moment. Building up the 2 Holdens on the front row here. Lowndes almost makes perfect starts, but Scaife has been getting his cash over the weekend with some brilliant starts too. Red lights ready to go. Revs go up here. Here go the V8s. Here they go now. Lowndes gets it down. Nice Scaife over on the grass. Can't see what it is, but they're side by side. England is on in 3rd place. Here they come down now. Lowndes takes the line. He'll take the lead.
Yeah, look at this, very crowded through here. I'd be very surprised if they all get through. But Lowndes seemed to get a lot of wheel spin. But and I thought he might have bogged it down a bit too much, but he certainly got off the dive.
Yeah, great start, but Craig Lowndes is under pressure. But behind that Medev car, look at it, it's unbelievable traffic jams.
There's an old mate of yours in the other Castrol car. Larry Perkins has made a great start. He's up in about 4th.
Kawangi Kid always was a great driver, and he's won here before.
All right, let's sort it out. Here we go. It's Lowndes, it's Scaife, it's Ingle, and it's Larry Perkins. Larry Perkins has been quiet all week. He's woken up today.
They're holding at this stage 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5.
Onimus there, and of course Jonesy will be Holden bound this year. Can't wait to get going.
No, I certainly can't. It's great racing this. I thoroughly enjoy driving these cars and going around Australia, and I really can't wait to get my bum behind the wheel of a Holden.
So they're closing up now. Look like Murphy right in behind Larry Perkins there as they stream through. Everybody gets through the first day. Let me tell you, there were more bent cars around this circuit than you've ever seen in your life. They were going off every which way. At the moment, it's Lowndes, though. Scaife with a distinctive yellow stripe up on his windscreen. That's how you can pick him. They're 1 and 2. Russell Ingall, so it's VT, VT, VT.
As I said it yesterday, these really are the McLaren of V8 racing. They've got their act together. They're very, very strong. 2 very talented drivers in 2 very strong cars. They're going to be very hard to beat this year.
So Lowndes now brings it around nicely. Then it's Scaife and then it's Ingle. Scaife would want to sort of get back in front. He's had 2 wins. Lowndes had a win yesterday afternoon. Ingle keeping them very, very honest. Ingle was involved in a major shut on Friday and they repaired his car too. So there's been some wonderful work done by the pit crews over the last 2 days.
But Russell Ingall's the one I'm going to keep an eye on. He looks hungry. He won here last year. He wants to get a win here this one.
Larry Perkins loves these sort of circuits.
Well, so does Russell Ingall. He's won 7 races here in a row, but this weekend he hasn't been so successful.
Yeah, that's right, he has. He's virtually been undefeated here, hasn't he? Up until this weekend. All right, it's still the Holden team, 1 and 2. That's a beautiful looking colour. Gee, it looks great on television, doesn't it, with Ingles? The enforcer, they call him. Well, he enforced a bit on Friday, let me tell you. There were cars going every way around him. It's Lowndes, Scaife and Ingle, Perkins, Murphy and Crompton. Crompton doing well.
He certainly is, but I was looking at Ellery. He's really dropped some places. He must have been well and truly hung out. Whoa! Ingle off, understeering off onto the grass. Get back on without damaging the front spoiler. Oh, and another one. Tander, is it?
Yes, it would be.
Yeah. Deary man, there must be a bit of oil there, I think, to cause all of that.
Larry Perkins now has Murphy on his tail. Fred Gibson's new lineup, and the cars look the business too this year, don't they?
Well, Fred's always, if nothing else, brought out fabulously prepared cars. They're immaculate. The whole outfit is just beautifully turned out. He's always done that right throughout his racing career.
Now you'll see the best out of Ingle as he fights his way back.
Well, I want to see him pass clean, but we've seen Russell get a little bit close to people in the last few races. He's got a problem. He had a problem running wide. He's going to be hungry to get back up to the front.
All right, looking out of Russell Ingle's point of view now as he hunts them up and tries to get back near the front. And he's a racer's racer. He doesn't mind mixing it. We all know that. Johnny Bow back in the pits. That's a shame for the Caterpillar team, the CAT team, because they've been very, very strong over the weekend for their first showing.
As I was saying, Daz, Ellery must have been forced out somewhere along there. He started 5th on the grid. He had terrific races yesterday, and he's now down in 13th spot, so he's obviously been shuffled out.
Neil Crompton in that distinctive Ford Blue, the Works team. He'll be updated throughout the year, but he's doing a great job in the old car, right in there and mixing it with the best. Here's Murphy now. He's been quiet over the weekend. Freddie Gibson said don't expect too much from our team early on, but showing strongly here this afternoon. And Larry Perkins, Murphy jumps out now. Ingle goes after him as they try and take a place, but Crompton holds his line. Perkins now, that distinctive crouch of his.
Larry Perkins, well, what age is Larry?
97.
Young boy, just a young boy.
Down they come, Ingle, the 2 Holdens well up in front. This is the dice at the moment. Ingle sort of every which way he's had a look. Can't sort of find a way around. Crompton goes up the inside on Murphy there. Just puts the bonnet in to have a look. Murphy shuts him down. He's a good racer, Murphy. Starred here in the Lamborghinis last year, no doubt about that. He started from the back of the grid and really fought his way through that international pack. This is Ingle's point of view as they streak around the back part of the circuit.
Young Paul Romano doing okay too. He's not all that far behind Ingles, and he started further down the grid than what he would have liked, but he's made his way up.
Yeah, Russell's going to have to find a way around these cars. He's not going to get a chance. He's lost the momentum. He's going to look down the inside, but that's been covered, and it's just a frustration.
Brompton there just threw the Falcon out in front of him. Said, you want to go around, go the long way, because you're not going to get around me easy.
Larry's car can be about 27 foot wide on occasions too. I had a big dice with him up at Surfers Paradise a couple of years ago, and he's not an easy man to pass, but he is very fair with it.
Yeah, he likes to race, doesn't he? And he likes these street circuits too. He's a real street fighter, is Larry Perkins. Drove that way in Europe.
Yes, he did, and Larry was one of those guys that, was very phlegmatic. You never knew really whether he was coming or going, but when he was in a race car, he was a racing driver.
Russell Ingall's helmet's a pretty smart-looking bit of gear. She's a chrome job.
I see Michael Schumacher's gotten rid of the chrome job on his. He's gone back to his original one. It didn't bring him much luck.
Suzuka, that put the mocker on his helmet. All right, Larry now. Looks like he's holding up this group as they try and find their way round, but they'll, as Jonesy said, he's not the easiest guy to pass. Up onto the main straight now, the start-finish line. Let's see who's got the grunt. Let's see who's got the mumbo up here.
This will be interesting because they're as close as they've ever been down here, I think. So I would say Murphy's going to have a pull out and have a bit of go on the brakes.
Murphy now has a look, can't, switches back inside, tries to get a smooth run out of here, get some momentum and rhythm going. Doesn't work for him, he loses ground.
Yeah, but Ingall, look, he's trying to find a way also, but Larry, he just didn't make his car so wide coming down to turn one.
Whoa, big spin and back into the wall. Tander, hasn't he had an expensive weekend?
Yes, unfortunately, that could very well be the car that I might be driving for the first half of the season until we get the new VT, so I hope it's not that bad.
Good luck. Looking down now as they wind their way around this fantastic racetrack. Here's a replay. Have a look. Here we go.
Oh, well, Paul Romano, Tander sort of moved over on him a little bit. Romano didn't relinquish anything and got the front left-hand side of his car into the back right-hand side of Tander, and that was the result.
Stephen Ellery there in that white, yellow and red Ford, well out of contention. He's been a star over the weekend.
He has. I mean, all I can think of is he must have done a very bad start and been hung out at some of the corners and dropped away back.
All right, so it's still Lowndes and Scaife out in front. Look at the lake. Doesn't this look magnificent? What a racetrack, crammed with people too, and another one.
McLean.
Cameron McLean off.
He's he's been racing 2-litre cars for the. Oh, see, that's what happens. You've really got to be careful when you're coming back onto the track on those conditions, because now he's just ruined the front spoiler and ruined any chance of continuing on in the race. But he was an ex-2-litre driver, and he's made the move up to 5-litre.
Yellow flags are being waved because that car of Tander's sitting out onto the circuit. It's okay. The drivers will now had a good look. They know it's there. Here we go. Here's McLean going off.
It looked like he might have been given a little bit of help, but I don't know by whom.
Yeah, there was a bit of help, but then just he tries to drive back on track. There's a dip, and that front spoiler, look, it just hits it now and there. It goes back behind the front wheels. Actually blocks the front wheel.
Well, it's created a fair bit of damage there. He was going all right until that ditch came along. That really sorted him out, but it's still the Holden Racing team up in front, 1 and 2. And that's the sort of damage you can inflict on the infield. Scaife still chasing Craig Lowndes at the moment. Lowndes are out in front. Scaife will rush up in behind him now. I wouldn't think they do too silly to race at the moment. They've been so dominant over the weekend.
No, well, I think they've got such an advantage. They'll be able to just sort of bring them home in a processional manner, which is just underlying their superiority.
John, I mean, you're looking at the best of the Australian touring cars. Your thoughts?
Well, I think that they were concerned about Russell Ingall, but then Russell drove himself off the track. Now they're just in control, and they'll stay like this to the finish. I doubt there's going to be a race between the two of them.
Your thoughts on the car itself?
The car looks stunning. I mean, Tom Walkinshaw, I've driven for him. I always know when he does a job, he does a great job. And
oh, dear.
Crompton.
Neil Crompton with a big smack and kissed the wall hard. Oh, and was going so well. Yeah, back to Walkinshaw.
Walkinshaw has done a great job. The only thing he's not succeeded in is Grand Prix racing now. He's had to go through a big restructuring with the Arrows team, but if he ever gets to the stage he is here, he'll be great.
Okay, well, there's Neil on the outside, and I thought it was a little bit adventurous of him to have stayed there. I mean, Murphy did have the inside line, and in those sort of situations it's probably better to come off the accelerator and try and get back at another corner. By hanging on the outside like that, it was a bit adventurous.
Craig Lowndes, Mark Scaife, 1 and 2 at the moment as they've been all over the weekend. Laps are starting to run down now. 1.5 to go, 1.5 laps to go. But by gee, they've put the stamp on the season. Really, this is the first time we've seen them out. Let's hope they're not that dominant, really, right throughout the year.
I've got a feeling Scaife might have a go at Lowndes.
We'll see what happens. They're both good racers. Coming up over the start-finish line now. The crowd get right in behind it on the last lap at the moment. So if Scape's going to have a go, it's got to be in the next 5.3 kilometres. It's a good shot there, looking back from Lowndes' car. That's Scape. Look at the crowd here. Look at the jam-packed right around this circuit. Oh, another one off. Whoa, that's a big impact coming up if he can't pull it up. Does so nicely, though.
Well, great save, but I tell you what, the old zoom lens made it look like it was going to have a big impact, but well done, get that car back on track.
Well, that's amazing. Car 99. And that was Mark Noske.
Yep.
Yeah, Mark Noske. Sorry, that's the Young Lions car. And they're a little bit confusing in the paint scheme, so I had to look twice for a moment. Remember, we've only seen these cars this weekend. Lowndes, Perkins, Murphy, Ingle, Bright. So Bright now is up there as well in the leaderboard. But by gee, that looked like it was going to be a big impact. He just pulled it up nicely.
Yeah, it did. I mean, just the speed he went into the gravel, he didn't appear to slow down, but there's a big area there. He got it slowed eventually and then just turned away from that barrier back onto the track.
So that was 1 and 2. This is 3, 4 and 5. So it's Larry Perkins, and then it's Murphy, and then it's Ingle. So Ingle really paid dearly for that slide up onto the grass.
Yeah, he's never really recovered. Oh, again.
Oh, another one. Wayne Gardner goes off. Oh, and behind him they're going every which way. 54 is Rod Nash, is it? No, Simon Ezamides. That's who it was. Wayne Gardner. Wow, has he had some grass time this weekend?
And again, it's down at that turn. We've seen all the problems. Here we are coming into that same corner. For some reason, under braking, it's just so slippery.
Yeah, Wayne, of course, had a big go, and his car was absolutely... We thought it was totaled on Friday. They did a great job to get it back. But these fellows have done a magnificent job over the weekend. The Holden Racing team, the VTs, wow, they've been dominant. And if this is any indication to the season, there's a lot of teams with a lot of work to do. Up they come now to take the flag. Scape comes out. This will be a 1-2 finish. And there they go. It's Lowndes and Scape. Larry Perkins holding on for third place. Let's have a look. Murphy hasn't got him. Larry Perkins takes third place. Then it's Murphy, and then it's Ingle. That's how they'll finish up. Jason Bryden behind, and there's another one. Oh, that's Tander's car up against. That's again.
The car's up against it. 2 cars there. Look at that.
Wow, that's a big impact there too. Paul Wheel. Paul Wheel has gone into him there. Well, Tander, I cannot believe his weekend here. Look at this. Look at this.
Big fire.
Bang. Oh, what about the impact of backwards? Oh, that is a big accident, let me tell you.
Well, there's a big flame of fire came out of the side of the car, hit the barrier head on, then the left rear wheel, the drive shaft all came out, came across track in front of all those other cars, and that could have been a very, very serious incident.
Well, you know, John, here, if you go off, you're going to hit something. Have a look at the replay now. Watch the impact here.
But he must have ripped something hydraulic. Look, you can see already before he hit the wall, that left rear suspension had become detached. There was something failed in that car before it ever made the impact.
You know, the amazing thing is he never even touched Tander's car.
Tander's a lucky boy. That would have been a big impact on that car had he made it contact.
Yeah, Tander, of course, went off early. His car was just parked there, and that was all. He missed all of that because he's had an expensive weekend. All right, it's Lowndes, so that's 2 races apiece over the weekend. 2 for Lowndes, 2 for Scape.
And that's the way the season's going to go. It's going to be a tough one for the rest.
Recap for you now. Craig Lowndes in the Commodore VT first. Mark Scarf, same car, second. Larry Perkins in a similar vehicle was third. Greg Murphy, the same thing. Look at this Commodore VT. Russell Ingle and Jason Bright in the brand new Falcon AU. That's how they finished here. Oh boy, they always turn it on, don't they? Craig Lowndes acknowledging the crowd as he goes around there. Mark Scaife right in beside him. Hey, we'll take a break. Remember, the big one's to come yet, and the clouds are moving away. That's good news.